Phew. I don't even know where to begin.
Take it slow and give yourself a moment to breathe.
Whew. Yeah. That's probably good advice. Oh, there's so much to process. But I don't have time to deal with it right now. If you want to help, then find that graveyard and bring me those necklaces Sona mentioned. I'm hoping they're my crew's gene tags.
I'll head up there right away.
Good. Just be careful. Sona's monsters are undoubtedly hostile life forms that have claimed the graveyard as their territory.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah?
Can you tell me more about these people that took your stuff?
Bunch of jerks. They pretended to be nice, but they were really mean. They made all these promises. They said they'd take me with them if I helped them load all of my stuff onto their ship. When I went to get the last bit of stuff that I had hid, they already took off and flew away. I think I cried for a whole day.
Could you tell me more about what they looked like, what they wore?
I don't know. There was one lady and two guys. The lady was the one pretending to be nice to me. They were wearing spacesuits and had all kinds of guns. One of them had a big scar on his face. They looked pretty scary. I think I heard one of them say they were from the fleet, or something like that. Sounded weird to me.
Well, you had every right to be upset.
You sound just like my mom. She was always telling me, it's okay to be upset, all the time. Only problem is, it never made me feel better. When I get older, if I ever see those jerks again, I'm gonna make them give me all my stuff back.
How have you survived on this planet all alone?
Mom was a doctor on her ship, so she taught me how to gather food and medicine from the plants. She also taught me how to shoot this gun, in case bad people or monsters tried to get me. Didn't help me save her, though.
Is it all right if I ask about your parents?
Sure, I guess it's okay.
What happened to your father?
Mom told me Dad got hurt when their ship crashed on this planet. He was always lying down and sleeping a lot. But I don't know what made him so sick. I was really little when he died, so I don't remember a lot about him.
And what happened to your mother?
Well, every day my mom would go up to the graveyard to visit Dad. Sometimes she'd let me go, sometimes I'd stay here. There was this one day where I couldn't go, and she never came back. I was really scared. I finally went up there and found her, but she was hurt really bad. I couldn't even bring her home. At least I was able to hug her before she died.
Alright, let me ask you something else, please.
If you want.
You've been here all your life. How have you learned to speak so well?
Mom had slates with learning stuff on them. She used them to teach me how to read and do science. Oh, and math too. Ugh. I think we looked at that stuff every day. She called it school time. I miss that. I miss her, too.
Alright, Sona.
I'm watching
Thank you. That's perfectly fine. Your gun seems to have disappeared, though. I'm not going to take any of your stuff. I'm just kind of curious. I'm taking a look around. Because I'm nosy and curious, and that's just how I am. This is actually a really nice setup you've got here, all things considered. I'm impressed by your parents. We should take her with us, Sarah. Alright. Now I need to go up to this graveyard. Got to figure out how to get to this graveyard. And I need to watch out for some sort of monster. And apparently pirates as well. Oh, and I have a dislocated limb if I recall correctly. Coral bug scavenger. I wonder if that's hostile. Another one. I don't really think I should take the risk of walking between them. Ah, I see another one. Oh my. I'm missing one? Where is the last one? I am assuming the monster has it. Well, that is unfortunate. Oh, that probably has the mother's gene tag. What kind of ammo am I using here? 3 kV laser. I need to get more of that. No! Ow. Well, that was pleasant. Alright, put the rifle away, no need to scare the child.
No! No, 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 no! How many times do I have to say it? I said I don't want to go! Leave me alone!
Sona, calm down and listen to me. It's much too dangerous to stay here all by yourself, darling.
I don't care. This is my home. You can't make me leave.
We can't leave her here. It's not safe. She has to come back with us to Jemison. Oh, I don't know what to do. Can you talk to her?
I agree, but we can't force her to come with us.
I know. I'm not proposing we knock her out for God's sake. Look, maybe you can talk some sense into her. Help her make a decision. I'm sorry, I can't do this right now.
I can hear you talking about me. And I don't care what either of you say. I'm not going anywhere.
Look, I'm clearly out of my element here and not in the right state of mind. Could you just talk to her, please?
Why won't Sarah listen to me?
Well, part of it is she feels responsible for your situation.
Mom told me 1,000 times that it wasn't Sarah's fault that that I'm stuck here. That still doesn't mean I should leave the only home I ever had, does it?
You won't be safe here forever.
Mom told me there were really bad people out there. Worse than the ones I've already seen. But leaving Mom and Dad behind, it's really hard. Even though they're dead, I don't want to abandon them.
Even from far away, they'll always be close in your heart.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought of it that way. I'm sorry I yelled at everybody. I know you and Sarah are just trying to help. I'm going to go get my stuff and then I'll board your ship. Don't worry, I'll stay out of the way until we get, well, wherever we're going.
You're not going to be in the way, Sona. I promise you that. I want to adopt her, Sarah.
That poor girl. I hope we've made the right decision.
Sona will be fine. I promise.
Oh, I do hope that's true. We're ripping Sona from the only home she's ever known and casting her back into society. It's going to be difficult for her to adjust to the changes. Wherever she ends up, just promise me we'll check on her from time to time, please.
What do you mean wherever she ends up? We're taking her to the lodge. Of course, right? But I promise.
Thank you. Look, before we leave Cassiopeia behind, I wanted to say one more thing to you. Perhaps at the overlook we passed on the way here? I promise it won't take long. Let's go.
All right. Right, Sona.
Don't worry. I'll be on your ship when it's time to leave.
Good.
Can we talk later? I have a few things to pack.
Of course, Sona. Take your time. We won't leave until you're there with us. Right, Sarah wants to go to an overlook. I take it she's either finally going to reciprocate my feelings or let me down. Either of those would be quite nice. But where is this overlook? Up that way? How do we get up that way? Ah, this way.
Look, before we head back to the ship, I wanted to tell you how much of an amazing gift this has been. You had to push me to come out here, and if I hadn't have listened to you, the universe would probably have never known about that little girl.
I'd do anything for you, Sarah.
And I intend to repay you for that, even if it takes the rest of my life. You know, this is the second time I've been on this world, and until this very moment, I never stopped to reflect at just how magnificent it was. Oh, look at this place. This is the reason I'm out here, exploring the stars. Worlds upon worlds, just waiting to have their beauty discovered. Shedding this burden of my past has finally allowed me to open my eyes, wider than they've ever been opened before. And it's all because of you.
I'm hoping there's much more than simple gratitude tucked away in that statement.
Perhaps. I suppose we'll both have to think about that for a while now, won't we? Well, I suppose it's time to bid goodbye to Cassiopeia once again. This time, under much happier circumstances. Now, let's head back to Jemison. I want to give those gene tags you gathered to Admiral Logan and figure out what we're going to do with Sona.
Let's go to a romantic spot so that I can string you along even more. Oh yes, the water became through.
zeroing in on anything useful?
Oh, that's Sona. Alright.
Oh, hey. Let's talk later. Got a million things to do.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Well, just keep doing your thing, Vasco. I appreciate you, alright?
Maybe we can talk later.
Yep, that's fine, Sona. Were you doing
Your Eminence?
Were you doing some press-ups there, adoring fan? Ah, yes. Yeah, they're not my forte either. But really, that outfit really does suit you. Ah, back to New Atlantis. Cassiopeia is a really beautiful... Oh, Cassiopeia 1 is a very beautiful planet. It should be earmarked for colonization. Especially since there was a breathable atmosphere. That's always important, right? And back to mast.
Let's pop into Outland while we're here, and see if Joe has anything useful to add to our arsenal.
Maybe we... Oh, hey. Let's talk later. Got a million things to do.
Right, I just want to make sure you're going to be safe. This is your first time in a settlement, let alone a large city. Alright, so stick with Sarah and I, please.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
That's a nice outfit.
I asked my boss what they're doing at home.
So, what's new with you today?
Oh, Bona didn't come with us. Well, that's lovely. Where's the elevator? This way, is it not? Wait. What?
Keeping the skies safe out there?
The next time Terramorphs rear their ugly heads, the UC is going to be ready.
That's the plan.
Welcome back. Did you find your answers?
The mission wasn't for us, it was for the soldiers who owned these gene tags.
And we did it for the child that was marooned there. A child, born from two of the crew, that survived the crash. After her parents died, that poor girl spent years surviving on that hostile world, alone. We abandoned her, Admiral. We let her down.
I'm sorry. I had no idea. How could we have possibly known?
Yeah, you could have made more of an effort. Don't apologize to us. Apologize to Sona.
Sona. Is that her name? She must be a remarkable young woman.
She's extraordinary, Admiral. And I'm afraid the United Colonies let her down.
You're absolutely right, Sarah. We did let her down. One thing that I can assure you is that the names of these men and women will never be forgotten. I'll see to it personally.
Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck to both of you. It's been an honor.
Once we're done here, we should have a little talk with Sona. Poor thing's waiting for us at the lodge.
Alright, good. We should stay there. We should bring, Sam and Cora should be there. What are we doing again? 58. So 42 to go for my arbitrary goal before we go after the Terramorphs on Londinium.
Potter spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit.
Well, of course you would. They're not your credits. I'm sorry, Sarah. That was harsh.
I guess we need to talk.
Yes, that would probably be best.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd come and say hi to me.
Hello, Sona. I see you found your way to the lodge without any trouble.
Yeah, it was kind of hard though. All these people around. Never seen so many people in my entire life.
I bet that was scary.
Yeah, it was. I guess I'll have to be brave.
You're already one of the bravest people I've ever met. So, what do you think? Do you like it here, Sona?
At the lodge? Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You must be like a bazillionaire, Sarah.
Oh, don't I wish? This place isn't mine alone. It belongs to everyone who's a part of Constellation. And I think it should belong to you too, Sona. I want you to stay here and make this your home.
Whoa. Does that mean I get to go exploring with both of you? Or wait, do I get my own ship?
How about you give yourself a little time to grow, then we'll talk.
Exactly. And don't worry. At the rate you're growing, it won't be long until you're grav jumping to unexplored star systems on your own ship.
I understand. Oh, and don't worry, I learn real fast, so you better get ready to have another member of Constellation signing up for missions.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, thanks for letting me stay here. I promise I won't let either of you down.
I'm sure that you won't. Well, I think we should let Sona get settled. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to visit the Colony War Memorial now. I want to pay my final respects.
Hey, let me know when you're ready to take me along with you. Should only be a few years.
What do you think of the lodge?
It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it in all my life. Not even in Mom's picture slates. It's almost like a fairy tale. Like it's not real, you know? I'm sure that sounds pretty dumb to you. But hey, I lived in a house made from busted up spaceship parts and trees.
Doesn't sound dumb to me at all, Sona.
Come back soon. I like talking to my friends.
I'm sure you'll make more friends here as well. Oh, good. I was hoping she'd stay here. Well, I guess that settles it. The lodge really is home now.
Look at this. All these people, their entire lives distilled down to names on a memorial. I wonder how close I came to being reduced to just a name.
You should be proud of everything you've accomplished since the war.
I am proud. I was simply too foolish to realize it until you changed my perspective.
I only say these things because I care about you, Sarah.
And I care about you too. There's obviously some kind of a connection between us that I think we need to discuss. Just let me have another moment here, and then we can head over to the waterfall, so we can talk in private. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright, to the waterfall. I really do not remember how to get to.
Yes? You needed something?
The spaceport? Alright. Oh, what lovely weather.
That's true.
How do you liking that laser gun?
Quite well, actually.
Don't you think now would be the right time?
It's lovely here, isn't it? I've been from one end of the settled systems to the other. But this place, this exact spot, there's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I knew you'd appreciate it. I usually come up here to mull over some of the heated debates we have at Constellation. You'd be surprised how many decisions I've made on this very spot.
This seems like an ideal place to focus.
That's actually why I asked you to meet me up here. I was hoping we could talk about something very important.
Of course, I'm here for you, Sarah.
I know you are. Just give me a moment. I have a lot I need to say. It's about my return to Cassiopeia. What we learned about Sona has been constantly replaying in my mind. Maybe it sounds crazy, but that young girl's isolation feels like a reflection of my own life.
Both of you have been through a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Compared to Sona, I've had it easy. I've spent my life surrounded by all sorts of people. Constellation, the Navigator Corps. Hell, even the UC military. Despite that, no matter how hard I've tried to make them a part of my life, they tend to drift away and disappear.
And none of that is your fault.
Are you sure? For all we know, it's in my nature to keep people at arm's length. Or worse, push them away.
Forget the past. Focus on what you have right now.
Right now? Are you talking about Constellation? Or what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying I love you, Sarah, now and forever.
Sorry, I just need a moment to gather my thoughts. I know you want to have a serious relationship. You want to become close. So, if you're willing to take that leap of faith with someone like me, then I'm ready to do the same.
Are you sure a romantic relationship is what you want?
I can't imagine being in love with anyone else. So, if you're willing to make the leap, I'm ready to do the same.
I've been more than willing for a long time.
You're something truly special. You know that? You've helped me conquer my self-doubt, my confidence, hell, everything. For the first time in my life, I feel complete. And with you by my side, I'm convinced that feeling will last forever. You're the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I love you. Always. I received a message from my mother a few days ago. She's returned from another one of her sightseeing cruises.
Oh well, this is a surprise.
Ah, that's right. I haven't really spoken about her to you, have I?
No.
My mother lives in a fairly remote location, so we rarely speak. Tends to keep her out of my mind.
I understand.
Good. When I say that to most people, they look at me like I'm crazy. I don't think they realize how much control parents can exert on your life, especially when their dreams conflict with your own.
Though I'm sure your parents meant well.
Oh, I'm certain they felt they were doing the right thing. You see, both of my parents were diplomats working under the flag of the UC Administrative Division. After I completed my basic education, they signed me up for a one-year apprenticeship in their department, without bothering to ask.
Ah, sounds like they wanted you to follow in their footsteps.
Wanted isn't the right word. Demanded would be more appropriate.
Ah,
For my apprenticeship, I was sent to Sidonia. My job consisted of drafting political policies and arbitrating trade disputes. The silver lining of the job was that it allowed me to spend time exploring every square inch of Mars.
Why was exploring Mars so fulfilling?
You have to understand, this was my first time I was alone on another world. Now, don't get me wrong, Jemison is an amazing place, but for me, it was the old neighborhood. Mars was like a new frontier. Oh, I spent every waking moment I could exploring the planet.
That's where you were bitten by the exploration bug.
I was swallowed by it. Months before the apprenticeship ended, I dumped my diplomatic certification and joined the UC Navy. Of course, my parents didn't approve. We had a huge argument that resulted in all ties being severed between us.
It took a lot of guts to do something like that.
Yes, I was proud of myself. For a while. You see, my father was killed during the opening shots of the Colony War. I returned to Jemison for the funeral and reunited with my mother. After that, we vowed to stay in touch.
I'm sorry to hear about your father.
Aren't you sweet? Always concerned with how I'm feeling. That's why I fell in love with you. Your smile, your caring. It brightens even my darkest days. Listen, I'm going to be completely upfront with you. All this talk of family, it makes me wonder where our own relationship stands.
Well, you've only just barely reciprocated my feelings, so I feel it might be a little soon to be having this conversation, but, I really would like to spend our future together, forever.
You mean that? You'd do that? For me? I've been dreaming about this moment and still... I don't know what to say.
How about yes?
Yes, yes, of course, yes. I just need a little time to think about the ceremony. I have some thoughts about how we should move forward. You know, I used to dream about finding the love of my life. And here you are. All I ever needed was you, right here beside me.
Ah, I missed that. I can buy a suit from Ito in the Ryujin Tower lobby. I wonder if it'll look nicer than mine. Alright. And to see if Sarah has any more to say on the subject, you'll have to tune in to the next the heartwarming episode of Starfield Interplanetary Diplomacy, starring yours truly, some guy you've never heard of, as the very elated Mr. Victor Gabriel.